Good Sunday morning, everybody. Here on the Sam channel, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace on this Sunday, November 6th. Little bit of rain yesterday, only 0.14 of an inch of rain for Bowling Green officially. Some of you got a little bit more than that, especially back to the west. We saw some quarter-inch amounts and some 0.3 of an inch, but it really wasn't much of a rain producer at all, just kind of wet the pavement a little bit. It was nice, that bit of a breeze yesterday, and the clouds kept us at 70 for our official high temperature yesterday in Bowling Green. 64 is where we should be on average, so we were 6 degrees above average for the day. Now, as we look at the radar this morning, you notice we've got a front sliding through the area, and that's why the winds picked up yesterday. But that front is slowing down now, and there's still some sprinkles and some light rain that's out there this morning. Once you go east of I-65, out the Cumberland Parkway and over toward I-75, you're seeing some of those drifting showers there, and some of those may linger for a little bit longer as the front begins to stall just a little bit. It's not going to stall completely, but it's slowing down. And that's going to keep the Lake Cumberland area, the Dale Hollow Lake area, the Green River Lake area, and eastward, still with some clouds and even some leftover showers this morning, and maybe even early afternoon. But to the west, skies are beginning to clear. And so I think most of us in the Bowling Green area and west will see sunshine today, although some clouds off to the east and drifting clouds are certainly possible as we go through the day. But additional rainfall, sprinkles, drizzle, maybe a light rain shower at best. All right, let's take a look at the next 10 days and get ready for this. This is going to be a wowzers moment. Wowzers. Look at that. Wow. Look what's coming. Half of this is nice and warm. The other half, very cold. Yes, we've got some very big time Arctic air that is going to come in for next weekend, this coming weekend. Once we get through this week, which is going to be unseasonably warm. As you can see, mid-70s today. That's because we in Bowling Green are expecting more sunshine than clouds. To the east, it probably won't get that warm. But then the next few days, low to mid-70s until the bottom drops out next Saturday. Actually, it will start to take place on Friday. But then Saturday, we wake up to temperatures in the 40s. You see 47, 45, 47, 48, 48 through much of next week. And look at those lows diving into the frozen tundra of 20s. Yeah, the freeze is coming back, as you might expect. And here's the thing, the long term, I hinted about this, I think it was yesterday or the day before. There is signals in the atmosphere that show us the trend of how things are going to go in the next few weeks. And once this trend starts, it looks like it will continue all the way through the rest of November. Cold. No more 70s, even no more 60s, and occasionally some 50s. But 40s, daytime, 20s, 30s, nighttime. This Arctic air is going to come in, mean business, and stay through Thanksgiving and to the end of the month. That's the way it looks right now. So when I said wowzers moment, there you go. Wowzers. I don't know where I come up with that. It's from a cartoon or something. Is that Scooby-Doo? Wowzers. I don't know. But anyway, I picked it up somewhere in my childhood. And I know some of you are saying, oh, Lord. Anyway, here we go with temperatures at this hour of the Kentucky Mesonet Network. Let's make this fun. God, I hate boring weathercast that just tells the obvious. Let's go with some fun here. That's why I like to keep it fun, but still get the point across. Some of you are already feeling a little bit of a chill from the front. Remember, the front is laying right across just about Bowling Green as of 5:30 this morning. Is that clock right? 5:30? Okay, I just wanted to make sure we set our clocks back like we were supposed to. You need to do that too. If you didn't, you're going to be late for church. God knows we don't want you late for church. See what I did there? God knows what. Okay, here's a look at temperatures, 40s back to the west and 50s and 60s out to the east of the front with the Kentucky Mesonet site this morning. So, yeah, you'll feel a little bit more of a chill in the air this morning, but we're going to recover nicely today because the winds will be kind of variable, but more out of the south. And so when the sun comes back out, we will start to warm up. And I think everybody's going to warm into the 70s today. It's just this front coming through right now. Let me show you how that's going to work with the predicted temperatures. And as you can see, we've got the front. You can see the front coming through, 60s out to the east, and then we've got 40s and 50s to the west. The front slicing right through the Bowling Green area right now. We cool off a little bit, but then when the sun comes up, notice how everybody starts to recover, and you see widespread 70s. That's because as the front continues to move east, it'll stall just a little bit, keep some sprinkles out to the east of us today, but then the sun will be out more widespread today than it was yesterday. And so I think low to mid 70s for high temperatures tonight. There will still be an isolated shower or two because the front that's to the east of us will meet up with another front, and they're going to just come together, squeeze out a little bit of moisture overnight tonight. And I think we'll get down into the upper 50s. As you see there, the front kind of laying across Kentucky. So that little feature will come in. So I'm going to include a chance of an isolated shower or sprinkle tonight. And then tomorrow, we return to mostly sunny skies and get up into the low 70s. So what about that little bit of light rain? I can show you that on the future radar. Yeah, I've had coffee this morning, but it's I think I'm going to need another cup because it's not clearing the throat like I wanted it to. Usually does. All right, here's a look at some of those sprinkles on the radar right now. I showed you the front laying across Bowling Green, pretty much parallel with I-65. Those little showers are going to continue to move east, but watch what happens. We get a little bit of moisture coming up from the south. That's a warm front that's going to help us warm up today. And then there's a backdoor front that is going to come in from the west and meet up with that. And that's why I think we're going to squeeze out, as you see there, a couple of little showers or sprinkles this evening. Look at that. Again, it's not going to be much. It's not even really, I don't think it's even really going to produce any measurable precipitation, less than a tenth of an inch, if anything. And then there's also the possibility, excuse me, of fog because you got that warmer air going over a cool, wet ground. And so overnight into early Monday morning, a couple of sprinkles around and some clouds, but then the sun comes back out and we're done with that whole deal. And as I mentioned before, it was not going to produce the kind of rain we had hoped for. Yeah, I mean, it's just barely just a drop in the bucket. All right, here's a look at the surface maps. And this is going to show you the arrival of the cold air this next weekend. Okay, so here we go. There's the front that's stalled, but this one's going to come in, meet up with it as it's stalled, and squeeze out that little bit of moisture tonight. So here it comes. You see that little bit of light rain east of us. Here comes that. Here's that stall of the front later today. Here's that backdoor front coming in and meets up with it, and the two join forces and squeeze out that little bit of light rain. See there? Let's just Let's just get our green brush and paint in a little happy raindrop or two. Yeah, that looks good. Channeling Bob Ross right now, if you didn't know. So you see that right there? Little bit of light rain, a little bit of green. Yeah, that's where it'll go. Right over southern Kentucky. See that? You can do this. And then tomorrow we return to sunny skies. Oh, it went ahead on me. You know, come back here. There we go. Monday, high pressure takes over, warm front to the south. It'll be slightly cooler tomorrow, not much different than today. Mid 70s, low to mid 70s. That front just kind of falls apart as we get into Tuesday. High pressure is really what's dominating our weather. But here comes the next storm system and the, what I called yesterday, the mother lode of cold air, the Arctic air. Here we go into Wednesday, into Thursday, still high pressure hanging on, but here comes that Arctic front. And Friday, about midday afternoon Friday, we'll start to see showers. But look, this is a big, expansive dome of Arctic high pressure. Look at all the snow in Minnesota and Wisconsin, Iowa, northern Missouri, the Dakotas, Nebraska. We're not going to get that here, but it is going to get the best moisture. Unfortunately, again, is going to be up north of us around that low pressure system. If that low pressure system was down here over Kentucky, we could actually, for the first time this season, find maybe a little bit of frozen. Well, it's not the first time. There was that time a couple of weeks ago when some of you saw snow flurries, but they melted as soon as they hit the ground. Remember that? But we would get something out of that one, this one, if it were positioned differently. But this is an Arctic chill that is going to take over much of the country by this weekend. And that's when it's going to get bitterly cold around here, winter cold. So if you have not prepared anything at your house for really cold air, you've got this week to get it done. Because after that, freezing temperatures at night, not that much above freezing during the daytime. We're talking 40s, daytime, 20s, nighttime. And it looks like that pattern is going to stick with us all the way through Thanksgiving and even into the end of November. It's here. It's here. All right. You guys have a great Sunday. Enjoy the day ahead. And I'll be back here tomorrow morning to do this again and to be on the radio at Sam 100.7. Hopefully you did set your clocks back 1 hour, fall back, because right now, as I record this, the time is 5:38, not 6:38. It's 5:38 Central Time. God bless you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you right here tomorrow.